In QED .NET version 11.2, we made several enhancements to the Scratchpad UI. In this video, I'll briefly demonstrate some of the changes we made. To start, I'll launch the Scratchpad from the Toolkit home screen and open up a couple example metrology files from the example files directory. First, the toolbar has moved to the top of the screen to more closely match the rest of the application. You can easily switch between manual and auto arrange, and the old edit menu is replaced with a more intuitive ellipsis menu and is reserved for lesser used options. Undo and redo are now fully implemented. I can either use the buttons on the toolbar or the typical Ctrl-Z and Ctrl-Y keyboard shortcuts. There are several actions that are supported with undo and redo. For example, I can undo adding the maps that I just loaded. If I add a tool, I can undo adding the tool. If I accidentally delete a tool, I can undo that. If I switch to manual arrange mode and move some data around, I can undo that. Or I can undo rerouting to the wrong input. In this version of software, right-click menus are more thoroughly supported. I can right-click a map and easily export it. There are also right-click menu options to arrange data and help keep the Scratchpad neat and organized. So let's say I choose to hide the aberration map here. I can then select these two maps in the Zernike tool, right-click, and choose to align everything vertically. Tools that output a numeric, string, or Boolean value now display the value right in the Scratchpad, so it's not necessary to click on the tool to see the results. For example, I can run the map stats tool and directly see the default results. Or I can right-click to show a new result and have it display right here without having to click on the map stats tool to see the results below. Finally, one last feature that significantly helps to clean up complicated Scratchpads is the use of vias. This is especially useful when a Scratchpad deviates from a linear set of processing steps and an item is used by downstream tools. This can create crossing lines, which add visual noise and confusion. So as an example, let's say I want to remove some features from a map. So I'll remove, say, 100 Zernikes and add a 2mm high-pass filter. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll clean this Scratchpad up a little bit. So let's change this to remove 100 Zernikes. And we will add a 2mm high-pass filter. To see what I removed, I'll subtract the result from the initial map using the difference tool. Since I'm using my original map as an input, that results in this line that crosses over the tools that I've run. So I can move things around to help a little bit, but I still have this line that's in the way. So what I can do now is I can right-click the line and choose to use what we call a via, which hides most of the line, but keeps these stubs here at the endpoints. So if I mouse over the line, the endpoints are highlighted. I can restore the full line if necessary, or choose to use the via. We hope these changes will make Scratchpads easier to interact with and help to keep complicated Scratchpads more organized. If you have any questions on these changes, please reach out to one of our applications engineers.